What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nick the barber. It's been a while since I last posted anything. I've been slacking. I've just been really busy with cutting hair, but it's not an excuse. If I want to stay on top of this, I should be able to post at least once a week. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about an unreleased product. So you guys know that I have a relationship with Supreme Trimmer, and you know that Supreme Trimmer sends me stuff and I don't usually have to pay for everything, but that doesn't affect the biasm in my reviews. I stay completely unbiased, and I share with you exactly how I feel about the product, and I tell you all the good and all the bad. If you've been following my page, then you know this. You know, I've talked about products by Supreme Trimmer that I wasn't a big fan of, like the 2-speed clipper. I wasn't a big fan of it. I will admit, though, I've seen some newer ones, and I want to say the one that I got is an older model, because the newer one is a little more refined than the one that I had. I've actually gotten 2 pairs of the 2-speed clippers and trimmers, and the newer models are a little more refined than the older ones. Now, does it really raise my rating for them? Not so much. But in this video, I'm going to talk about something that's not released, and I just brought that stuff up that way you know that my reviews are not biased. We're going to talk about another member of the Darkstar family. This trimmer, it's on pre-sale. I believe it's on pre-sale. It is the Darkstar 72 trimmer by Supreme Trimmer. Now, at first, this was like one of my favorite trimmers. Since then, I have modified a couple other trimmers that I have, and those 2 have taken my my favorite positions, my top 2. This trimmer, I would still put it up there as like my 3rd favorite trimmer. It's a very clean trimmer. It's a plastic build, but it doesn't feel cheap like a lot of their older products do. It's got some weight to it. It's got some solidness to it. Just like the clipper, the button, when you push it 3 times, it activates the travel lock. So that red flashing light means that when I push the button, it will not activate. It won't turn on. So I'll put it next to the mic so you can hear that it's not running. See? Here. Just so you can see. See that flashing light? It's not running. But when I push it 3 more times, it unlocks it. So now you can see the blue lights on, and you can listen to it. It's not a very loud trimmer to begin with, but the travel lock is very convenient if you do house cuts, or you're just going on a trip and you want to take your trimmers and clippers with you. The Darkstar 72 is really convenient for that, because you can travel lock it and you don't got to worry about stuff bumping around and turning it on mid-trip. But that's just a cool little feature, but it doesn't really affect the performance of the trimmer in any way. So I already did a little sound check. I'll do another one for you guys. Now, I don't know how it's gonna sound on camera, and I won't know until I watch the video. But in person, it's very quiet. It's one of the quietest trimmers I've got. I think it's the 2nd quietest. It might be the 1st. I'm not sure. It's tied between it. It's debatable between this and the TPOV Play trimmer. Both are extremely quiet. They have a different hum to it. This, you can tell it has a vector motor. It sounds just like any other vector motor, but on a much lower volume. Now, with that said, having a vector motor, this thing is a powerhouse. You can use it to trimmer over comb. You can debulk. You can bald out literally just about anybody. I have a couple clients who have extremely thick hair, and when I try to bald them out with most of my trimmers, it'll snag or it'll pull, or it'll just struggle to bolt it out. With this trimmer, it does not. And I can say that I have 4 trimmers, and I've got a lot of trimmers in total, but I can say that I've got 4 that will not snag and pull on these types of clients, and this is one of those 4. So if you're looking for something quiet but extremely powerful, this is a good option for that. When it comes to putting in lines, it does put in some pretty sharp lines. They're not like the sharpest, like anything zero gapped, but it's a clear straight line. So if I had to say or compare it to something, it probably leaves a line very similar to what the Sabers by Stylecraft put in. Those put in a pretty nice sharp line. These do the same thing. It's not zero gapped, and I haven't zero gapped my Sabers either, so I can't touch on zero gapping them. But on a soft setting, they hit like the Sabers do right out the box. But they're a lot more affordable. The Sabers run you like what, $260, I believe, and these I'm pretty sure are half the price at $130. So it doesn't feel as premium as a Saber, but you're saving $130 and you get something that performs just as good. Another thing with this trimmer is it is pretty lightweight, so it's ergonomic. It has a little bit of weight to it when you compare them to like some other plastic trimmers, but it's not heavy like a lot of the metal trimmers out there. It's pretty lightweight. It does have some finger grooves on the bottom for some ergonomics. It's got a textured plate above the ST for you to put your thumb to keep some good grip on it. And it's also got like a decent, trying to see if the camera will focus on, there you go. It's got a decent what you want to call it, it's got a pretty clear path from here to the blade, so you don't really got to worry so much about when you're lining someone up that this piece of the trimmer will be in the way, hitting the forehead first. I know a lot of other trimmers have that, like the Instincts, they're it's a little bit of a tight fit. Now this isn't the most exposed. I definitely have some other trimmers that have a lot more exposure around the blade, and they are easier to hit in tighter places. But these are good. They're clear enough, and it's not going to get in the way. Now, I might get a little bit in the way if you're trying to line someone's mustache at the top, but I mean, I don't really like to use these for that anyways. I have one trimmer in specific that I love to use for mustaches, and it's a modified trimmer. It's not anything out the box. I modified it, so it's not really a fair comparison, but this trimmer performs very, very well. It cuts lines like the Sabers, which a lot of people love it, and a lot of people will say that the Saber is their favorite trimmer when it comes to lining, and it's extremely quiet. The shape of the trimmer is not my favorite, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you. But that's more of like a personal opinion. It's all based off perspective. Some people might love the shape of this. I don't really care for the shape. If you guys have seen the Babyliss Low Pro Effects Compact Series, that honestly in hand is probably my favorite trimmer, and I prefer the shape of that over this, but I'm not trying to discredit this in any way. This is still a very good performing trimmer, and if this is something that you want to get or you're interested in getting, guarantee you will not be disappointed with the performance of it. But that's all that I really have to say about this. It does perform very good. If you're looking for a new hitter, this is a hitter out the box. This is a good hitter out the box without any adjustments. It's strong, like I said, and it has a pretty good run time. I want to say the run time is 2.5 to 3 hours, and I don't know if plugging it in through USB-C charges faster than putting it on a dock, but, and I haven't actually measured the charge time, but when I charge it, I feel like it's fully charged like pretty fast. Like I can do maybe if I put it on the charger now, like 2 or 3 haircuts from now, it'll be fully charged. And I don't take a long time on my cuts. I average like 20 to 30 minutes per cut. So maybe an hour and a half charge time. An hour. I'm not entirely sure because I don't get all the details on this because I didn't get any packaging. I just got this, but it does last. It does last a pretty good amount of time, and I can use it as my only trimmer for a whole day, and I will not run out of charge based on how I use the trimmer per each client. I will not run out of a battery charge on this within a day. It's going to take a couple days, and I usually charge it I charge it about once a week. So now I don't use it fully throughout the day anymore, but I used to when I first got it, and it can last a pretty good amount of time. But that's the Darkstar 72 right here. But very quiet, very strong. $130. That's half the price of the Saber. That's half the price of a lot of other trimmers out there. You got the Instincts, the Sabers, the Precision Sabers, the Cyborgs. Not sure, like a lot of these are Stylecraft, and Stylecraft is up there in price. But like if you compare them to other Babyliss trimmers, they're close to up there as well. And this is a lot cheaper, performs just as good. The only thing I would say is I would like a different shape and I would like a different body. But they got the Darkstar 82 trimmer coming out, and that's more of my style. So I don't have that yet. I did put in a request to get it. So if they send it to me anytime soon, I will make a video on that and I'll talk about that. So until next time, stay blessed. Have a good week.